Dreaming of a vacation in Paris with art, intrigue, and a little romance? Then pick up Lost and Found in Paris by me, Lian Dolan, an art history treasure hunt in the City of Light. Available from William Morrow wherever books are sold.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. It's great to be with you today. I'm Lian Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, producer, and I'm the youngest sister. And I'm happy to be here with my older sisters, Liz and Julie. Liz?
Okay, I'm happy to be here with you too, Lian. I'm Liz Dolan. I'm in Santa Monica, California. I am a marketer and a podcaster, and it's always fun to do this. We enjoy it, don't we, Julie?
We certainly do. This is Julie Dolan. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm a podcaster, plain and simple. That's it. And just so happy to be with you.
Well, today we have a full show, as always. There are things we left off the outline, which is hard to believe, but it's true. It's true. But we're particularly excited because Liz has pitched a story that is not very Liz. So Julie and I definitely wanted to hear about 7 Italian concepts that will change your life. Liz, I didn't even know you read lifestyle stories like this.
I know.
You know what? When you said that to me yesterday in our production meeting, that really got in my head. And I've just been tossing and turning, thinking like, should I not do this? Why is that? But I have an explanation for why I read this particular piece. It's just part of a larger cultural issue.
All right. Fantastic. We can't wait. Julie, you're bringing us Tuesday trends today.
Oh, I got some good ones. Mini snacks, Bardo bangs, and men sheds. I'll explain.
Oh, that's going to keep us busy.
Yeah.
We also are saying goodbye to some retailers we had a love-hate relationship with, Bed Bath & Beyond and Tupperware. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, Liz, you have a new hero, I understand.
Yes, I'm just putting this out there for those of you that missed this weekend's London Marathon. My new hero is Sifan Hassan. She had an amazing London Marathon finish, but I have to tell you the saga. So Sifan Hassan is a Dutch woman, originally from Ethiopia, came to Holland as a refugee when she was a teenager. You may know the name because she won gold medals at the Tokyo Olympics in the 5,000 and the 10,000. So
very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah. So she's no duffer. However, she's never run a marathon before, sisters. She just decided, I guess I'll try this. But right before, like the day before when they had the pre-marathon press conference, she actually said to the media, she said, I was telling myself that I'm stupid that I decided to run the marathon. Why am I doing this? I don't even know why I'm doing this. So she's expressing all of these fears out loud. And she said the morning of the marathon, she said to her coach, why did I decide to run a marathon? What is wrong with me? Okay. So that's her mindset going into this marathon. So she sets off with the elite women. She stopped to stretch an injured hip about an hour in. Right. So that usually doesn't happen with the people that go on to win. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even as I was
watching, that pack has gone on, like they're still running top speed. Right.
Exactly, Julie. That lead pack got away from her really fast. And even the commentator said, oh, that's it for Sifan Hassan. I bet she's just staying in the race because she's getting close to her hotel and she'll just bail at that point, which guess what? She did not do. So smarty pants. Anyway, so she slowly catching up with the lead pack. And she's just like a beast. She's like a beast. But because she's never run a marathon before, one thing she doesn't know how to do is like, you know how they scoop up their drinks really quickly?
Yes.
That's like an actual skill, grabbing your hydration. So at one point, pretty near the end, she like darts across the street. She realizes her drink is on the other side of the street. She darts across the street. She almost gets run over by a race motorcycle. Okay. So that's it. So then the motorcycle almost takes her out, but doesn't. And then boom, dun, 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 she's catching up. She's catching up. She's catching up. So, and finally, in the last couple of 100 meters, she catches the lead pack. And in the final 100 meters, she just surges past them. Final 100 meters, she's laughing to herself, realizing, oh my God, what is happening here? She wins the race. But then here's my favorite part. She's being interviewed after the race, and this British guy says to her, well, how do you feel about winning? And she said, forget about winning. I can't believe I even finished a marathon. And so here's what I love about Sifan Hassan. She even surprised herself, right? So I think there's a lesson for all of us there. Like, she went out and she did it, and she just really surprised her. As long as she was going to run it, she was going to win it, and she did it anyway. I just thought the whole thing was so exciting and charming. Sifan Hassan, my new hero.
All right. I wonder if she'll ever run again.
This is the speculation now, Leanne, because, going into the Paris Olympics, she could run so many different events. Is she also going to try to run a marathon? Could she do that? And also run the 5,000 and the 10,000? Of course, nobody in history has ever done that, but she is Sifan Hassan.
I just want Liz to do the commentary for the Paris Olympics, because that was so exciting to hear that, Liz.
It was very exciting. Well, Julie, last year, she ran the 1,500 at the World Championships, and we were there, and she fell down at the beginning of the race. She got knocked over. She picked herself up. She caught the pack, and she won the race after falling down the middle of the race. So just got to say, keep your eyes on Sifan Hassan.
Right, Liz.
Well, it's hard for me to top that. But speaking of a marathon of friendship, how was that transition? Did I nail it?
Wow, Leanne, I loved it.
Well, this week I happened to have 2 events with the same group of friends that I basically made when my son Colin was in kindergarten, right? You know how you have those mom friends, Jewel, that you go through those elementary school years with, and then you kind of lose track in high school and then college. But, 2 events brought us together this week. One was the funeral of one of our friends' moms. And so, my friend Jenny organized sort of the post-funeral reception, which was very nice. And I was happy to contribute some tea sandwiches to that. And then another was a goodbye luncheon. And when once again, there was food and drink and friendship, but it was just so nice to see these women that I hadn't seen in a while. And you bond over the kids, but the kids are now 25 years old. So they're all grown. So you can just have normal adult conversations, and you don't have to talk about admissions to anywhere, or, how their club soccer team is doing.
Yes,
right. But other than that, it was just super nice to see these old friends. Those bonds you make with those moms, they can be very, very strong. And this was a particularly lovely and fun group. It was just a very positive group of women. So I was so happy to be reconnected and to be helpful to them, and to be able to bring some tea sandwiches and show up and reconnect. It was just really, really nice. It's a good reminder that it's not too late. You always have something in common with those moms,
That's nice. Do you think your group will get together again? Are you planning some next thing, or?
It is. They pointed to me and said, would you like to host in the fall? And of course I said, sure. So so we're going to do something in the fall that's not related to a funeral or anyone going away, just sort of a get together to reconnect, because it was so much fun. It was like a reminder, we all really liked each other. And you spend so much time in the trenches in elementary school doing, colonial days and the sports and the book fair and, all the things that you do, all the volunteer things that you do in those early years. So we are gonna reconnect and stay connected. And the tea sandwiches were a giant hit. So
Leanne, I know you get to work on those. Mom was always big on tea sandwiches.
Bringing back tea sandwiches.
I love tea sandwiches. I know. They're excellent.
Well, people were just very pleased to see them. And I hadn't made them in a long time. So it took me a while, but I read everything on the internet. I got everything down. I had 4 different kinds of tea sandwiches.
Oh, excellent.
It was a good spread. Good spread.
Okay. Mom was always very particular about cutting the bread.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
and we don't
okay.
have the good bread out west. We don't have
I
the
know.
Pepperidge Farm thin bread. So
okay.
that's just note. They could have been sharper if I had the Pepperidge Farm thin bread.
Okay.
I just want people to know that.
Okay. Well,
by the fall, you can secure some.
yes. Yeah. Well, Eileen and Liz, I was having a friendly chat with neighbors this week, but I have to say it morphed into some pretty wild speculation about who bought a house on our street. We had a house, it was sold, and no one has moved in yet, but there are several vans of electricians showing up every day in front of this house. Okay, so that's creating a lot of speculation among the neighbors who are out walking dogs or walking or whatever. And so we have all come to what is the only logical conclusion, that our new unknown neighbor must be installing some sophisticated security system due to his or her nefarious activities. That is the only one. You see what
neighborhood surveillance. That's good.
Yes, this is it. See what this is? This is gossip. Okay. This is pure, unadulterated gossip. And it really made me think about, first of all, how much I enjoyed this activity of speculating about this unknown, owner of this house. And that was really not right. And at all. I mean, I don't really like to, I really try not to gossip. I try not to engage in any gossip, but here I was standing in the middle of the street, talking about the number of electricians that were going in and out of this house. So I started to do some research on gossip, and gossip is defined as simply talking about someone else when they are not present. Okay. That's the simple definition. But it's interesting that a lot of the research on gossip is that, hey, wait a minute, gossip is not all that bad. In fact, do you realize that the typical person spends about 52 minutes a day gossiping? I mean, that seems high, but if
I don't even spend 52 minutes a day talking. How could
52 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe you and Hooper are going over some people, Liz?
I mean, maybe if I was in a regular workplace and you're talking to people all day. Okay, I get that.
Okay, but it's important to remember that if you define gossip as just simply talking about someone who is not present, the gossip is not necessarily negative or malicious. It could be very positive. You could be praising Lee and Dolan's tea sandwiches, that they're fabulous, or you're just sharing information about friends. And what researchers say is there's this fundamental instinct, because we live and we work in groups, to share group information. It is a form of communication. It's a social connection, the sharing of sort of attitudes, beliefs, researchers say that it's rich and it's multifaceted and type of communication. I'm still not totally buying that, because I think some of it is negative and malicious, and you should avoid that at all costs. But Liz, in the Harvard Business Review, they've done a lot of research about gossip in the workplace, and some of the researchers there came to the conclusion that gossip can actually benefit individuals and organizations. That, particularly in an organization that may be going through a big change, perhaps they're selling the company, or their big star employee is fired, or something, something dramatic like that.
Yes,
because the flow of information is choked off at the top, right? The people in the know aren't saying anything. It helps to reduce the anxiety among the other individuals as they cope with the uncertainty, and it provides some kind of social and emotional support.
I can see that. I get that. Yeah. I get that in a workplace. Yeah.
Julie, when I was hosting the Workplace Advice podcast, Safe for Work, we did a whole episode on this, on office gossip, and particularly on that research from the Harvard Business Review, because they did find that it's sort of a bonding mechanism. And it's also largely helpful because you learn things about people. As you say, if you don't define gossip as malicious talk behind someone's back, but it's like, hey, I'm working on this project with blah, blah, blah. What's the deal? Or what do I need to know about that person? Or what do you think is going to happen next month in this part of the country? All of that is kind of helpful. And then I think about like what's going on in so many workplaces now where they're having major layoffs. And I think on the one hand, the sort of speculation / gossip can really get a whole team circling the drain, right?
Yes.
So in that case, it's really bad. People's productivity just stops because all they're doing is talking about whether or not they're going to lose their job. But sometimes it can also just be helpful for people to like vent their anxiety a little bit and start to think about like, well, what would they do if it happened to them? So it's not an entirely bad thing, even in that situation. So yeah, I'm with you there. Talking through what's on your mind about, I mean, workplaces are all about people and people getting along or not getting along. So yes, that's gossip. A little bit goes a long way is what I would say on that.
I'm very cautious about that. I'm not comfortable with that. I always want to be on the positive side, praise people, and if it's not my information, I don't want to share it. I think you have to have those boundaries too, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody else. But I can see how, like in a group, in an organization, in a neighborhood, like sharing information is really important. So,
it is like an informal information sharing. If you didn't call it gossip, if you just called it informal information sharing, you would think that is a good thing. Right. However, cooking up the whole explanation that your new neighbor is some kind of spy or, leader of the Wagner group or whatever, that may not be healthy, Julie.
No, I think that is clearly in the unhealthy category. Gotta walk a fine line, but.
Okay. Then on a related note, this is the perfect setup because I haven't done this in a while. But today I would like to provide an installment of the occasional series I call HOA, HE double hockey sticks. So this is my, let's say, informal information sharing about how my homeowners association either works or doesn't work.
Okay.
And in this case, I'm going to describe to you a situation and ask you guys, what would your reaction be? What would you do or say? Because, in this case, I was like, is this me or is this legit? Right. So part of the ongoing saga in my building, well, the head of the HOA, who I just refer to as Captain Queeg. So Captain Queeg likes to tightly control everything that happens in the building. I have issues. Anyway, another ongoing saga is that just because of the nature of the way the building was designed and the plumbing and the garage and everything, there's a certain pipe that when the plumbing gets plugged up, it just blows every once in a while and results in a toxic spill in my parking space. Have I mentioned this before? I think
Liz. No.
Anyway, so everyone, not frequently, maybe once a year. But a toxic spill in your parking space even once a year seems like a lot. I don't know. Anyway, so I move my car out onto the street. A plumber has to come in and then it gets cleaned up. So that happened last week. So I'm parking out on the street and I see that the plumber has come and gone, but the cleanup has not happened. And, it's a toxic spill. So I text Captain Queeg and I'm like, oh, just curious, I'm not still parked out on the street. What is the schedule for cleanup? And what I expect to get is, the people in the hazmat suits, whatever, are coming tomorrow or today or whatever. What I get instead is, I just bought the supplies at Target. I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Oh,
See?
no.
What the HE double hockey stick, right? Seriously, right? So, okay. So then, all right. So I'm just going to leave it there. Like, I want to ask you guys, like, if you got that as a text, how would you react and what would you do?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't. Is Captain Queeg qualified to clean toxic messes, Liz?
No, I didn't know. No.
I for Captain's safety and health, I would suggest that you use qualified people for that. That would be my reaction to it, Liz. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Leanne?
I might just say, great, text me when you're done. We know all about Captain Queeg,
Yes.
right? If she wanted to call the professionals, she wouldn't have gone to Target. So
Yes.
I don't know what you do with that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I don't know what you do with it. So
Okay. So what I did was sort of a mix of the two of you. I did nothing. I didn't respond in any way.
way to go.
I
love
sort
it.
of
That's a good response, Liz.
I thought what you thought, Julie, because of course that is what you should do. Like, this is why we pay HOA dues and why there's money in the bank to like repair things, fix things, clean things around the building. I don't know where this, what do they call it? Like a scarcity sense or whatever. Where does that come from? I don't know. No, you don't have to clean the toxic spill yourself. On the other hand, the moment I engage in that conversation, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to be helping, right? That's what the result is going to be.
Exactly.
That somehow it's going to be like, no, can't call, or they can't come for 10 days or something. I'll just do it myself. The I'll just do it myself martyrdom thing is like my least favorite attribute of a human.
I'm with you. And what are you going to do? You can't talk him out. They want you to talk him out of it. That's what that's about. So
yes.
But what if she does a poor job at cleaning the spill? Then where are you, Liz?
I know, Julie. This is the insanity of it. This is what the HE double hockey sticks. There's just no reason to behave in this fashion, right? How would I even know if it's safe? How would I even know? Okay, so I did nothing. That was my really brave reaction to this. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to stay away from this whole situation because it makes me so mad. So the next day, at a certain point, I realized, well, now I'm a prisoner in my home because I can't even leave the building. Like, I exit through the garage. So if she's down there on her hands and knees scrubbing up I can't, she's going to see me. And again,
oh no.
So now I'm a prisoner in my own home. That just does not.
Oh, Liz.
just does not seem right. So I did, the only thing I could do was continue to just entirely ignore the situation. And then by the end of the day, I just texted her sort of in my Leanne voice, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, okay, everything done down there?
Yeah, keep it short. People are going to do what they want to do. I can't. The older I get, the more I believe that. They're just going to, fine. Okay, then do that. If you want to do that, just do that. I
feel like I've learned
but as an HOA, that's like, do you want other members of the HOA taking on like roof repairs?
Of course not, Julie. Of course not. But
she's going to start trimming the hedges, Liz.
I know.
I mean, how about some duct work or maybe upgrades some of your pipes there?
This is exactly the situation, Julie.
I think you have a larger policy issue that needs to be discussed in full at your next official HOA meeting.
Yes. Oh, well, you remember the last official meeting I told you about got disbanded halfway through because people were screaming at each other. And the guy who was there to brief us on the termiting process just packed his stuff and left when he saw how dysfunctional this group was. So, yeah, I think you're right, Julie. But all I can say is what the HE double hockey sticks. That's it.
Your HOA freaks me out. It stresses me out. You all need the call map. You need the call map.
Okay. Good recommendation.
Liz, you know what I enjoy about taking the pros hair quiz? It just makes me feel seen, Liz, because it's all the things about my life that somehow show up in my hair.
Yeah.
You know, they want to know where I live, what the air quality is like here in Los Angeles, which of course is terrible. They want to know what I do for fun. You know, I swim, so that factors into my hair.
Right.
What kind of a diet I have. They analyze over 85 personal factors, Liz. It's like a dating app, except for for your hair, which I really
guess,
like.
when you think about all those variables, it does all come out in your hair.
It does, Liz.
Yeah,
it does. It does, which is why we love Prose. Prose is a truly custom made to order hair care system. It's a protocol, Liz, and changing to the custom Prose routine has really made a huge difference in my hair. I mean, I see it. I take the hair vitamins. I do the scalp conditioning. I have the shampoo, I have the conditioner, and then I have leave-in conditioner. Now, do I do all of that every day? No, but I do a lot of it most days. And because Prose has taken the time to really find out about me. And I like that.
And you know what? I'll bet you enjoy doing it, right?
Yes.
It's self-care. Hair care is self-care, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's my own personal head massage. And I feel good when I take those vitamins. And, the leave-in conditioner has made just a giant difference in my hair quality because we have very dry weather here in Southern California. Yeah. And I need that little extra bit of, shine and boost. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you are looking for great hair and great hair care, you can go take the free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. That's right. Custom made to order hair care from Prose has your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order. Go to prose.com/sisters. And Prose is spelled Prose. Prose.com/sisters for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. Liz, I don't think I'm alone. I'm a little restless at night. Are you restless at night?
Yeah. When you say at night, you mean like in the middle of the night when you wake up, right?
That's exactly right, Liz. I mean like the 3 a.m. restlessness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you.
And then you don't feel great the next day. Let's be honest.
You don't. No.
So I have rededicated myself to spending a few minutes with my Calm app each day to make sure I'm taking the necessary time to prioritize myself. Now, Calm helps you stress less, sleep more, and live a happier, healthier life. They have guided meditations, they have sleep stories, they have relaxing music tracks, and daily movement sessions. And they're all designed to give you the tools you need to improve the way you feel. They're all designed to, Liz, to help me go back to sleep in the middle of the night. Do you listen in the middle of the night?
I do. I think a lot of our people listen to things in the middle of the night. I'm surprised how many comments we get on that. Yes. And I'm just going to say, way better to listen to the Calm app than say, I think in your case, what is it, like Dateline NBC? Or something?
Don't listen to Dateline. It was a bad habit I developed during the pandemic.
It's a terrible habit.
It's a terrible habit, Liz. And, but the guided meditations from Calm are just the opposite of that. They're a good habit. They're specifically designed for get back to sleep meditations. I just turn them on very low, just really helps me get back to sleep. I love being able to just relax and get back to sleep in the middle of the night. So thank you, Calm. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Good work.
If you want to try Calm, go to calm.com/satellite and you'll get a special offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription. And new content is added every week. Really, every week. There's always something to listen to there. So for listeners of Satellite Sisters, that's right. It's an exclusive offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription. Calm.com/satellite. And Calm is CALM.com/satellite for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/satellite. All right, we've lost another couple of classic retailers this week. I'm Leanne Dolan here with Liz and Julie. So not surprising news, sort of surprising news that Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy this week. I know my husband and I were in there 3 or 4 weeks ago in the one in Pasadena, and there was virtually no product. And we're like, well, this doesn't look great because the hallmark of this store is more product than you could ever possibly use in one lifetime, just piled to the ceilings. This week, Bed Bath & Beyond announced that they were filing for bankruptcy protection. And the last day to use those 20% coupons apparently is this week. So are any of you coupon hoarders? Because I've seen quite a few funny social media posts about people with hundreds of coupons. What am I going to do now?
I wish I had some, Leanne. No, I don't have any.
Is it possible that it's the coupons that sunk them? Too many coupons. People,
I
Giving
did
stuff
actually
away over
I did some research into this, and I read the Wall Street Journal, like 6 or 7 articles in the Wall Street Journal about this. Because I always found that to be a very disorienting retail experience. I cannot say that I loved Bed Bath and Beyond. I won't miss it. There was just way too much stuff in there. I even once you got to the checkout, there was like more stuffed crammed next to the checkout. I just found it all too much. That's not my kind of retailing experience. But Liz, they said, they got a little boost when the pandemic started. All of a sudden people are home, they're doing the cooking. Oh my gosh, we got to have this stuff. Mm-hmm. But of course they're killed by online retailing, Amazon in particular. But they said, Wall Street Journal said that the final nail in their coffin was then they thought it would be a great idea to replace some of those brand name items like a KitchenAid mixer with their own branded products, that they had seen this work at Target. Like Target has successfully made that transition. So a lot of the stuff you buy at Target now is essentially Target branded. But for Bed Bath & Beyond, people did not want the Bed Bath & Beyond, kitchen mixer. They wanted the KitchenAid kitchen mixer.
Yeah.
So that was it. Final nail in the coffin. But, what, Julie, were you a fan?
I enjoyed it. I remember taking my granddaughter Alice when she was little to that store, and she wanted to know, she said, Nana, what is the beyond? That's what she, but, she got the bed and the bath, but she said, what is beyond? I said, I don't know. But I loved all this stuff. I loved to get a giant cart. I loved to fill it up with all that stuff and then get to the cash register and realize I couldn't buy all that stuff and have to put it back. But I loved it. I mean, it was stuff, I think particularly in the time of my life when I was, you needed stuff.
That's true.
You don't need any stuff anymore.
No.
I think that's it, Julie. I think maybe right. I mean, it was the classic for the pre-college trip. You'd see all those posts on social media, like they got the coupon, they're going to Bed Bath & Beyond. They got all the things for the dorm rooms that the kids will never need. But the parents think, they're going to need this.
Load up that cart. And Lynn, we've moved so many times. I've set up so many different households. You always need different shower curtains or a different waste paper basket, whatever it was. So that was my store. I enjoyed it. So on a related note, sadly, R.I.P. Tupperware. Tupperware, that iconic plastic foods brand, is going out. And here's the sad part, is that one of their last sort of strategies to try to save the company from really financial bankruptcy was they planned to sell their product at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh no.
Not so good. Now, did you, Lean, you're probably too young, and Liz, I can't see you ever go.
You don't even have to finish the sentence. No,
I don't even have to say that. No. Did you ever go to a Tupperware party? I knew that.
Okay, but I'll just say I was also never invited. So it's not like I was too cool for Tupperware. It's just that was not my people.
Okay. See, when I was a young mom, one of my neighbors had a Tupperware party and I loved the Tupperware collection. I mean, I couldn't afford a whole set.
Right. It was nice. It was expensive. It was
very expensive, but you have to admit, Leanne, that plastic popsicle maker.
Yeah.
Oh, that was genius. So you could make fruit pops for your kids. Yeah. I love that. The marveled at the burping seal, all of these things, but it kind of lost its way. It had in-home sales. People aren't doing that anymore. It had financing issues. It also had a lot of competition, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It was great. So I think if you still have Tupperware, you should
cherish it. Cherish it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on to another major news story. One thing we have not talked about at all is all those newly leaked documents that were allegedly leaked by that Massachusetts Air National Guard member.
Yeah.
Jack. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we haven't talked, and we're not really going to talk about it now because really, just doesn't it seem like this happens a lot now? It does. So, but I have a favorite tidbit from among the leaked documents. And a lot of what was leaked was very serious. So I do not mean to take this lightly. However, this tidbit is lighthearted and you will enjoy it. So one of the things in the documents that got released was all of the details about the Chinese spy balloons, or let's just call them surveillance balloons. And so there was a whole document about what U.S. intelligence knew about the surveillance balloons that they had spotted in our airspace. But the detail I did not know is that intelligence officials, they had to give every one of these balloons a code name.
Oh, yeah. You got to have a code name,
And
Liz.
Julie,
Yes.
I know I was going to say, you love a code name. Right?
I do, Liz. I do.
So, but what I love is code names for these surveillance balloons. They name them all from A to Z after infamous criminals, especially mobsters.
Oh,
Really?
Nice.
Yes. Yes.
That's nice. Oh, that's good. That's genius.
Yeah. So like A is this mobster, Tony Accardo. Well, B, in the Dolan family, you would not be surprised to know that the B balloon was named after Whitey Bulger, our favorite family mobster.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
The second balloon was Bulger 21. And longtime listeners will know that our family has an unusual and funny long-term connection to this notorious killer, Whitey Bulger. In fact, our father almost found him, but didn't. But anyway, on the one hand, I'm glad these intelligence officials find ways to entertain themselves because their jobs are very serious. So if they can have fun naming the surveillance balloons after famous mobsters, I'm okay with that. On the other hand, I would like them to focus a little bit more on maybe fewer document leaks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I would focus on that. But good on you, Whitey Bulger. The mythology of Whitey lives on. I'm okay with that.
That's good. Maybe fewer Chinese balloons over.
Yes.
That might help. Yes. Okay. Well, it's Tuesday, so it's time for trends. We haven't done trends in a couple of weeks, so we really needed to get back to one. And I have a first one, which I feel like we can all get in on this trend, and it's the mini snacks. Okay. You know how we're all trying to stay away from junk food, but now there's a whole new category, and it really provides a whole new level of temptation for us. Doritos. They're now making mini Doritos that are like the size of a quarter. Or how about a flaming hot Cheeto ball? A little mini ball. How many calories could be in that? Okay, Leanne, wouldn't you want a mini Twinkie that's named AKA Bouncer? A little bouncer in the afternoon? Or how about a ding dong? A mini ding dong? Those were always my favorite. But they're called bouncers. So this is a whole new category, high on cuteness factor, okay? And they're little, so how many calories could they be in it? For example, the mini Twinkie bouncer, only 100 calories. Now, you might...
Okay.
But you're not going to only eat one.
One bouncer? You think you could do more? Okay.
I don't know. You'd need another.
No, well, but I don't know if you would eat less. Maybe you'll eat more. But you want this, right? You have to try this out, right? I've been reading reviews online. Okay, the bouncers are getting very good reviews, as well as the flaming hot Cheetos balls. They're little round balls. You just pop those in your mouth. You get a lot of flavor. Mixed reviews on the mini Doritos because they come in a tube, like a tennis ball can tube, and it kind of looks like just crushed chips at the bottom of a bag. But
Julie, I'm Googling this. I didn't know this was a trend.
Yes,
I'm interested in the Entenmann's apple pie minis. I mean, that looks.
See?
My gosh.
Okay. Mini fever. It's taking over this spring. Okay. So to go along with your mini snacks, you know what you really need. And I was thinking of the three sisters and which sister's hair could possibly do this trend. It's called the Bridget Bardot hair. Think sweeping bangs, golden blonde tones, teased up styling. Leanne Dolan, this is your new look. Okay. Bridget Bardot hair. It's in. It's sort of halfway between like the Rachel haircut. So the Jennifer Aniston look and Bridget Bardot. So they're called the Brachel. Ha ha ha. Okay. Think about like Claudia Schiffer,
Oh,
Gold
okay.
Dawn. Okay,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of hair. That is
Mhm.
it. That's the kind of hair we need. Okay, there's
Mhm.
no way I can do Bridget Bardot. Liz, you're
No.
going to need a wig. You're going to
Yeah.
need a wig
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
want a wig.
All right.
But maybe you'd like that. It's a hairstyle. You could do that.
Yeah.
For a
I
night
feel
out.
like you could work that into your Mamma Mia dance party costume.
Oh, yeah. Good point, Liz.
Yeah,
Good
you
point.
could do that.
Okay.
Big hair, totally appropriate for the Mamma Mia dance party, which we will talk about in a minute.
I
Okay.
struggle with bangs because of my cowlick. So
Yes, I
that's
know
where
you
that's where I cannot achieve Bardot hair. I'm happy to tease, but I cannot cut bangs.
But I was thinking you could have some extensions put in front of your forehead, Liz, and then have those cut. Don't sell yourself short. Okay.
You could attach them to like a headband, like a scarf, so that covers it. I'm going to look into that.
That's a real Bardot look with the silk scarf.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what? Here's a weird connection. The book I'm working on for next year, The Marriage Sabbatical, there's a dog in it named after Bridget Bardot. So there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That's a small world. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope the dog has big bangs and teased up hair.
He
and
does.
golden blonde locks.
She does.
That's all
She
I'm
does.
saying, 'cause
It's a
that's
poodle. Yeah.
Okay. I like it. He does.
Okay, and then you had one
so
more thing,
here's
Jill?
Yes, men sheds. Okay. I saw the story in the Wall Street Journal and I immediately thought it was fake. Okay. Get this. This is what's supposed to be happening. Men getting together to build things as a shared activity and socialize. Now, Liz and Leon, you know a lot of men. Leon, you're even married to a man.
Yeah.
Do you think this ever would happen? Like men getting together to build things?
I mean, my husband wouldn't do that, but with other men, but I do, like when he needs help, our sons arrive home and there's some moving of things, like moving and building of things.
Okay.
So
well,
I think they might. I think they might do that. I saw when I was in Bend, Oregon a couple of weeks ago, they were doing a thing where men were going to get together and build beds for kids that didn't have beds. And they did a story.
This is it, Leon.
A story on the news about like 100 men getting together that Sunday, men getting together to build 100 beds for kids that didn't have beds. I thought that was super nice. I liked it.
This is a real organization. It's called mensheds.org. It started in Australia. It's a nonprofit and it was started in the 1990s. And the whole idea was to bring men together to socialize, to build things for communities, whether it be beds for children, benches for parks, I don't know, bird feeders, you name it.
Yeah.
And their motto is shoulder to shoulder. So these are men that are working next to each other. They don't even have to talk to each other if they don't want to. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
No, it's not face to face like women. It's shoulder to shoulder. And so I stand completely wrong on this. There are 27 chapters here in the United States. Perhaps you know people in your lives that might want to get involved with this. I think it's a wonderful idea. Men sheds.
Yeah, you know what, Julie? It's funny when they did this story on the news. All the men said it's just nice to come together. It was really more about friendship and connection. Like the tools were just that was the entry point. Like you brought your own tools, you're going to build this bed, but they all talked about how important the connection was. So it's nice. What's the name of the organization again?
mensheds.org. Yes.
Okay. mensheds.org. I might sign my husband up. All right. Okay. Good. I like it. All right. Good trends, Jill. Good trends. All right. You know what's trending this week? Coming to the Satellite Sisters Big Fun Weekend. I mean, come on. We are selling tickets. Thank you so much. We are so pleased. As Julie said today, it's going to be like a perfect size wedding. So great. There's more tickets to be had, but right now we are solid. We are looking good. If you haven't heard about the Big Fun Weekend, here are the details. It's going to be in Minneapolis October 13th, 14th, and 15th. We want you to come together, stay at the Hilton with us. There's going to be an event Friday night, a wine tasting probably at a downtown bar in Minnesota. We're still in Minneapolis. We're still securing a location. And then on Saturday, in the afternoon, we're going to do a live podcast taping. And Saturday night, we're going to have a really fun dinner and dance and all kinds of contests. And the theme is Mamma Mia. And then Sunday morning, we have a goodbye coffee. And we are so pleased that everyone that's signed up, mothers and daughters, groups of friends, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, people are on board for this. Liz, you have an update, right? On the closely watched states situation.
The state situation. I've got on the big board.
Yes,
sister.
Liz is on the big board here. Yes.
Right now we have 30 states on the big board. 30 states already represented, which is really amazing. I mean, we're just so happy about this. I mean,
we might have to have a state parade. That's what we said. Like you march in with your state flag or colors or costume or come as your state bird or something. Yes, I like it.
And of course you can go to satellitesisters.com for all the information and to buy your tickets and reserve your hotel room. But we have 30 states on the big board right now on the podium. So in podium position 1, 2, 3, we've got number 1, Minnesota, of course. We knew we picked Minnesota for a reason, leading in ticket sales. Number 2, California, and number 3, Oregon. So,
all right, Oregon. Yeah, great. All right.
That's the current podium position. We did get a surge in the past week from Iowa. Very happy to see that.
Because, way to go, Iowa.
Yeah, we purposely picked a state like sort of in the middle so that people could get there driving if they wanted to. Not everyone would have to fly. So congrats to everyone from Iowa who surged. I do want to set some goals for the tri-state area. A little bit of pep talk for New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. This is where we grew up. We have a lot of, we're really counting on the tri-state area to represent. Currently, I think you could do better. I really do. I think, New York, 3?
Oh,
Seriously?
Come on, New York.
I know. New York, 3, New Jersey, 2, Connecticut, 2. It's fine. I know it's only the end of April now, and the event isn't until October. But remember, we're having this contest that if you buy your tickets before Mother's Day, you're entered into a drawing for a Welcome to Minnesota gift basket. So you're competitive, tri-state area. I know you could be competitive. You want to get in on the drawing. You got to be in it to win it. So just, we believe in you. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. We know you can do better, and you will. No doubt you will. So just wanted to mention
That's really a harsh talk for the
I know.
state area. Ooh, all right.
So remember, one of our last big events was at the Powerhouse Bookstore in Brooklyn. Remember how much fun that was? We had so many people from all over the tri-state area showed up for that. And so I know this is a little bit more of an effort, but we want to see your faces. So thank you to everyone who's already bought tickets. We're super thrilled at the turnout we're going to have, and we just can't wait to begin to lock in all of the details.
All right, go to satellitesisters.com. Right there on the homepage, you're going to see it above the fold right there. Just click through for all the details. The tickets are $299 for the whole weekend. The room rates for the Hilton, we still have a few rooms left, so you are going to want to do that quickly, though. Those rooms at the special rate will sell out. You can buy tickets and make your reservations right there when you click through. And then there will be more details coming up. We'll fill in everything once we have some final ticket numbers and things like that. But it's going to be a big, fun weekend, and we would love to see you there. All right, coming up next, Liz is shockingly bringing us 7 Italian concepts that will change your life.
Wow.
We've got to talk about the Diplomat, and we've got to talk about Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and we will. So stay with us. Liz, we'd like to welcome Air Doctor to Satellite Sisters, a new sponsor. Did you know that Americans spend 90% of their time indoors? That seems
Really?
like a lot. Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense. We're
It does make
working
sense.
or we're at home or we're sleeping that's a lot of at-home time. I guess now that you say it, of course.
Well, here's the concerning part. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. And in some cases, it could be 100 times more polluted. That's a lot. And we take 20,000 breaths per day. So that's almost 3,000 gallons of possibly polluted air. That can't do.
This
that
is
can't
a lot
stand
of
this.
numbers, Leanne, a lot of numbers. We got to do something about it.
Yeah, and airborne allergies are the most common allergy triggers, such as pollen, pet dander, dust mites, and mold. So check, which is where Air Doctor comes in. We're happy to introduce an air purifier that has captured the attention of established media outlets like CNN, Money, ABC, and more. Liz, you've been trying out your new Air Doctor air purifier. What do you think?
I did. I wanted a quieter way to freshen the air in my bedroom, Leanne, because leaving the window open, it was just noisy. And, if you have a dog, then when there's a squirrel outside, or in our case, a coyote outside, then the dog starts. Anyway, so close the window, get yourself an Air Doctor. It keeps the air fresh in my bedroom. It's a very quiet hum. It's very quiet, but it's a little bit of a hum, and I am enjoying it.
Liz, Air Doctor features whisper jet fans that are proven to be 30% quieter than the fans found in ordinary air purifiers. So that's why it's so quiet. If you want to check out Air Doctor, here is how you do it. Air Doctor comes with a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't love it, just send it back for a refund minus shipping. Head over to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code SISTERS. And depending upon the model, you'll receive up to 39% off or up to $300 off. So that's a serious savings. Lock in this special offer by going to airdoctorpro.com. And essentially you write out all of those words. It's
I was just going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's airdoctorpro, airdoctorpro.com, and use promo code SISTERS. Thanks, Air Doctor.
Okay, it's Liz. And, on Monday, when we have our production meeting, we each have a list of things we want to talk about on the show on Tuesday, and we pitch them. And usually they're either in or they're out, like whatever we have time for and whatever works together. But yesterday, when I pitched an idea, both of you said, why are you pitching this? This does not seem very you at all.
It was a very un-Lizzie D topic. Yes.
Because the pitch was 7 Italian concepts that will change your life. And so, but you really got in my head, as I said earlier, and I thought, why did I pitch this? Where did this come from? And I realized that I had an explanation. I have been looking for alternate forms of mindless scrolling. Now that Twitter is pretty much no fun, right? Where am I going to put that time? What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my Twitter time? Where am I going to find just mindless things I'm going to see and read and laugh at or frown at and then move on with my life, having, effectively wasted another 10 minutes or, 2 hours. And sadly for me, that has become LinkedIn, which is a platform that I used to just completely shun.
Yes.
Because I just thought it's just people are going to ask me for a job. I can't go over there. I can't.
Right.
It's the only thing that's going on over there. People on the make. I just thought of LinkedIn as it's people on the make. I can't do that. But that's not the case anymore. People post all kinds of interesting things. They comment nicely. It's kind of friendly. It's kind of good. Anyway, so it was in that environment, in the LinkedIn environment, that I saw this. I think it's a PowerPoint presentation that someone posted that is 7 Italian concepts that will change your life. I thought, sure, I'm in. So, and it was like 7 slides. I'm only going to share 2 with you that I thought really could potentially change my life.
Right.
One, I should wish. And the other one seemed like, okay, I could embrace this. So these were all posted by an Italian woman. You won't be surprised to know, Jade Bonacolta. I was sad to see when I clicked through that she's also like a Google executive. So that was a bummer. They don't want any more information from Google either. No more Twitter, no more Google. Anyway, so like a lot of them is just like go for a walk, the passeggiata.
Yes.
You guys are probably familiar with the Italian.
Correct.
So passeggiata was one, like La Dolce Vita, stuff like that. But here are two that I thought were worth repeating. This one is Ani, Amori e Bicchieri di Vino, non si cantano mai. Which means,
Liz, that was some Italian there. What does that mean?
That's why I decided to do it, Julie. A little bit out of the usual for me, out of my comfort zones, with my, not fluent. Here's what it means. It just made me laugh. Years, lovers, and glasses of wine. These should never be counted. See?
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Doesn't that lift your life a little bit?
Yes.
Age is just, it's all about reinventing ourselves.
Maybe 2 out of 3 of those things. Is that? I don't know. Okay. All right.
I just didn't really think I would be on LinkedIn reinventing myself. That's a little boring. And then the other one, this is just much more straightforward, which for my life lately, as you know, I've just had a lot of, orthopedic challenges. There's an Italian phrase that's called festina lente. And what that means, sisters, is make haste slowly. And I feel like that's me all the way around right now. And it's, Jade says, it's just a reminder that to take small measured steps in the right direction is better than fast steps in the wrong direction. That's where I feel like, thanks, Google executive. I don't really need you to explain that to me, but whatever. But remember,
Liz, open it up. Liz, come on, Liz.
Liz, you were doing so well.
I know.
The whole point of these kind of articles is just to embrace them, Liz.
I am, Julie. So that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Festina lente. I am totally embracing that one. Make haste slowly. It's just exactly the kind of message I needed to hear right now. So thank you, whoever you are, even if you are on LinkedIn. That's all.
Well, messages come from the universe, Liz. You just need to be open to them. We're very happy that you are. So,
Okay.
Well, I am very happy. Really, all 3 sisters are very happy to recommend Netflix new 8-part series, The Diplomat, starring Keri Russell as Kate Weiler, a veteran behind-the-scenes Middle Eastern, Afghanistan diplomat who finds herself selected for what they call the Tiffany appointment ambassador to the United Kingdom. So this just started. I binge watched it. I admit that. Leanne, have you finished it yet?
No, I haven't finished it. And we promise we won't do any spoilers. So I've seen the first 3 episodes. I mean, I could have just sat on that couch all day yesterday and watched them all, but I did not.
Yeah, but okay, well, I sort of regret binge watching it because now it's over. Liz, I know you're still watching it, but when I started to watch this, I was like, Liz Dolan is going to love this because it's fast talking, it's hard charging. I mean, they are like, it's a complicated plot. They're throwing out geographic terms and references, and there's enough current events to really make it credible. Even though it's not credible, but I think
it doesn't need to be credible. That's the kind of show that doesn't need to be fully credible. But I'm totally with you, Julie. I watched the first episode and then I couldn't control myself. So I watched the second episode and then I thought I have to stop right now because this is so delicious. I need to spread this out. I need to savor every episode. So maybe I'll watch episode 3 tonight. I don't know. I'm just trying to give it as long a time as I can.
So it's the plot. There's schemes upon schemes. So I think everybody will enjoy that. You will enjoy this cast. Keri Russell is excellent. Her husband, who is played by Rufus Sewell, is amazing in it. Don't you think?
Oh, I love him in everything. And I'm shocked at how much he looks like Tim Daly from Madam Secretary. Yes. Like there's a lot of comparisons, but he's sort of the more devilish version of the supportive husband. So, he's great. I love him.
I liked Ali An, who plays Adina Park, the CIA station chief in London.
She's good.
Yeah, she is very good. And Alto Asando, I hope I said his name right. He plays Stuart Hayford, who is the deputy minister, excellent. So there are a lot of excellent supporting casts and drama behind the scenes. Lian, I know you've worked with ambassadors in Pasadena. I certainly have met ambassadors both in Thailand and in Russia. And I know we have a number of people that listen to the show that have worked for the Foreign Service, that are in the Foreign Service, or have been attached to embassies. And while everything, some of it just seems impossible, but it's, just as Liz said, I think it's all really delicious to watch because they put Keri Russell in a very hard charging position, and she has to solve everything in the world, right? That's pretty much her portfolio,
And she has to pose for Vogue while she's doing it,
I know.
So it's all the silly stuff she would have to do as an ambassador, as well as what she calls the more substantive issues.
Right. That's right. Well, and of course, the character is very hard charging. She only wears black suits. And so in one of the ongoing jokes, and this show is very funny too. It's a funny show. One of the running jokes is that they are constantly bringing in clothes for the ambassador to wear, and she's rejecting it. But I have to say, this is my only thing. Okay. I think it's in episode 6, maybe episode 5. One of her staff members comes in and puts a hairbrush on her desk. And all I can say is hallelujah. I mean, I know she wasn't supposed, she doesn't wear a lot of makeup and she's not, but her hair is out of control, Lian. Okay. Okay. Give Keri Russell a scrunchie.
I know.
One of those bear claws. Okay. It's driving me crazy. But I love the show. So I would highly recommend it. I think it's an adult show. It's not for kids or any way, both in terms of language and some of the suggestive scenes. But my husband loved it. Okay. And I'm not giving anything away. But he figured out the ending to season 1 very early. Okay. That doesn't give anything away. Okay. There you have it.
I think the hair is the thing that they're playing. That's supposed to be obviously the signal to all of us that I think she is not your normal ambassador. And I noticed even yesterday, I was on Sunset Boulevard going to a thing, and they have multiple big billboards up for this show. And in all of them, Julie, messy hair. She's got the messy hair. It's her signature look.
I know it is, Liz. I know.
Yeah, she does need a scrunchie though, Jill. That's a good call. Good call.
Okay.
All right. So other big news this week after, 53 years after publication of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, the Judy Blume classic is coming to the big screen. We have already had Satellite Sisters who have reported in on our Facebook group. They saw advanced screenings. They saw her at the 92nd Street Y. They enjoyed the movie. So that's great. I have to say this, though. I am just on the fence about seeing this movie because this book is just so personal. So this book came out in 1970, and I don't mean to call out, again, age differences, but I am the youngest of the sisters. So you guys did not read this when you were, in elementary school, 10, 11, 12 years old.
No.
It was not out.
No.
But for me, this book was like the key to opening up many things, but mainly just information. So first of all, I just want to shout out to my father, who used to take me to the bookstore all the time on Saturday mornings. We would go to the bookstore in Westport, Connecticut, Klein's, and he would pay absolutely no attention to the books I bought. So he wasn't going through them. He wasn't looking for appropriate content. He couldn't have cared less. He would go get his stack of books. I would go get my stack of books. And I read Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And I am grateful for that because, as you know, our mother was not exactly a font of information about the birds and the bees.
No.
Okay?
Certainly not by the time you came along, Lian. I mean,
really? Do you feel like you got some?
I got a booklet, Lian, at least.
Oh.
Well, I was the oldest girl. So I
Yeah.
got a booklet. I got a little talk. Yeah, that was.
I didn't get a talk.
No, didn't I tell you? I think I
got
told
the
you.
booklet from Julie, but I certainly didn't. No. Mom just found all of that very embarrassing. It was
As did I, because I was 10. So yeah, it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but it would have been helpful, and I remember we had
it
health,
would have been.
I remember we had health class in like 5th grade, and the health teacher said, okay, go home and talk to your mothers about this. So I brought it up that night, like, well, we had health class today, and Mom looked at me and she's like, do you have any questions? And I said, no. And that was literally the only thing we ever talked about. So I am so grateful for Judy Blume for providing some information about what it was like to be a young woman in America. And so when I think about this movie, like, to me, I can picture the cover, I can picture the bedroom, but I'm in the bedroom. The movie is Are You There, God? It's me, Leanne. Like, I can't even get my head to Are You There, Margaret? So I'm glad that it's getting great reviews, and I'm sure I'll go see it. And I'm just cheered that this book is, having a moment, and people are looking at Judy Blume and being grateful for her, because it was, it was a pretty subversive piece of literature, but you probably didn't know about it unless you were a 10 or 11-year-old girl. So I'm also grateful to my dad, who just let me buy and read the books I wanted to read. Very, very helpful.
Yay.
And then I did see something very funny on the internet the other day. On Twitter, I saw someone post like, hey, Judy Blume, any chance you could do a book about menopause? Because I don't really understand that either. And I was like,
That's a good one.
What can I do for you?
Anyway, so congrats to that. I'm glad it's getting great reviews. And there's a documentary series as well on Amazon that I'm going to check out this week. Okay, that's our show. Did anyone have anything else? Did I forget anything?
No,
I think that's it.
I don't know if you guys saw. I lost you there for a second. Siri started talking to me when you.
I did. I heard someone in HQ over there. I don't know. Was it the bird? Did the bird come back? Is it a parrot that's stuck in your
I
house?
should report back on the bird. The bird survived. No problem with the bird.
Okay.
During last week's show, I've said that there was a bird flying around in my living room. By the time we finished the show and got it edited and posted, bird was gone. Bird escaped. No problems with the bird. But yeah. No, that was I won't even say her name trying to talk to me. So thank you.
Okay.
Hey, just a reminder, Liz and I don't want to say it's a new feature, but for the last 2 Fridays in a row, we have been on Instagram over there. So if you don't follow us at Sat Sisters, we've been live on Instagram Friday morning, just doing a little bit of follow up. Last week I had to do it in the middle of making the tea sandwiches. So it was tight, but we're keeping it short over there, but we're just doing a little follow up on the show. Jewel, anytime you want to join, you're welcome.
Happy
so,
to. Yep.
So that's at Sat Sisters. Also the paperback of Lost and Found in Paris is out. So book clubs, let me know. I'm going to be having another Bring Your Own Book Club on May 2nd. So if you've actually read the book and you want to talk about specifics about the book, that's going to be on May 2nd on Crowdcast at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will spread that around, and the links will always be in Pep Talk, our newsletter. If you haven't signed up for Pep Talk, please do. You can go over to satellitesisters.com and a little sign up window pops up, and you just put your email in there. And every week we do a show. I try to get a pep talk out. So you get about 36 pep talks a year, a Friday in your inbox, and other stuff. There's other stuff in there. You never know what I'm going to say on Pep Talk. I never know what I'm going to say. So, okay. We'd like to thank Sergio Enriquez, our engineer. Thanks to Emily Loudermilk, who does our graphics. Thanks to Kate Anchev. We don't thank Kate enough. She is our webmaster, and she was able to get everything going for the Big Fun Weekend. So big thanks to Kate as well for helping us at satellitesisters.com. That's our sort of our tech team behind the scenes. When Liz can't figure something out, we have to turn to those 3 people.
There are a lot of things that fall in that category. And I spent this weekend working on our new merch for our new store. I may need to call in some professional help.
Okay.
But it's in the pipeline, just in case you're wondering.
All right. Our to-do list for the week. Liz, what do you have going on?
Well, this afternoon, I have a dentist appointment, just going in for routine cleaning, but it's been a while. It's like 9 months since I've been in. I usually don't leave it that long. So, of course, for the last week, I've just been flossing like crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
That's good. Getting prepped. Good, Liz.
So then by the time you go in, your gums are all beat up because you've been flossing 3 times a day. But anyway, this afternoon, seeing Dr. Jen, So that's me.
Well, we are going to an event this weekend, a fundraiser, and there's a theme, like you're supposed to dress, not normally. So the theme is frayed or fringe.
Oh.
And it's really a fine line with fringe between clothes and costume, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to walk the fine line. So we'll see. And I have already said to my husband, I don't expect you to be frayed or fringed. So we're not even going to discuss that. You can
Leanne, Bardot hair, get a wig with the scarf. They're the fringe. That's it. You can wear whatever you want.
Really good point.
I love it.
Okay.
I know.
All right. I got to find that wig. I've got to find that piece.
Get to work on it. Well, yes, I am working on my costume for the big fun weekend. I think everyone should be. It's not too early. But my to-do this week is a little more modest, like my birthday gift to my husband, because it's his birthday this week. And yes, I did get him one of those cup holders that he can put his phone in. Yeah. I mean, and it's just going to be so much better, people. You just don't know. It's going to be a lot better to have that in our car. That's
game changer. Game changer for you.
Yes, it is. Yes,
game changer. All right. That's great, Julie. That sounds like it's no wonder you guys are still together. So that's all right. Okay, we're the Satellite Sisters. Liz, Julie, have a good weekend.
You too,
Leanne.
And don't forget, call your satellite sister.